The saddest day of being a Nigerian is today. Coming across this clip, I was shocked and sad. The video you are about to watch is not for the faint-hearted. Take a look.
Are Nigerians parasites? In almost every country on earth, there is a Nigerian prisoner. However, no one wants to go to Nigeria. Moving abroad is the top 5 career categories in Nigeria. They have ruined their country so terribly that it has become uninhabitable. Police stations look like pigsties, whilst government buildings look like building sites. Corruption in Nigeria is no longer frowned upon. Instead, it is praised. Criminality is celebrated in every echelon of society. The people themselves do not elect decent Nigerians, they elect criminals. You know, a country celebrates corruption and crime when it is 99% corrupt, but never has any top government official ever been convicted and imprisoned. In Nigeria, communication is conducted through screaming, hand gestures, and sometimes the fist way. You'd see diplomats, police, and military men fighting in public. Tens of thousands of fist fights should be recorded in Nigeria every day. Every building has a generator, some with up to 10, all running at the same time, forging a megapoly of noise of epic proportions. Nigerian motorists communicate with their horns. An average Nigerian motorist beeps their horn 100 times per day. Imagine the noise pollution. In Nigeria, the pastor is corrupt, the doctor is corrupt, the engineer, the teacher, the professor, the custom officials, the police, the passport official, the teller, the banker, the ministers, the president, and everyone is corrupt. I'm not sure you understood. I will elaborate. You can get to the Nigerian border with explosives, bribe the officials, and they let you in. You can bribe your way through your professors to give you the best grade. Bribe the passport officials to delete your name from the system and create a new identity for you. Or pay the police to arrest someone who annoys you. Nigeria is a complete shithole. Now imagine people raised under such chaotic system coming into your country. From the day they were born, they bribed their way through the authorities, school, and even employment. When a government job opening becomes available, the person in charge sells it to the highest bidder. You see, this is not talked about enough. I have given this a serious thought before making this video, and it breaks my heart that I have to make it. A Nigerian have no sense of queue, keeping the street clean, respect authority, law and order, or the faintest idea of customer service. There is only one thing on the mind of a Nigerian: make money and buy respect. They have succeeded in creating nations within their country. The Hausa, Yoruba, and Igbo effectively have quasi-nations within Nigeria. You should see them bashing, fighting, hating, and disparaging each other instead of working together to fix up the world's greatest human shithole ever put together, called Nigeria. Let me take you around the world. There are Nigerian prisoners in South Africa, Namibia, Botswana, Kenya, Angola, Gabon, Cameroon, Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, Senegal, Indonesia, the UAE, Qatar, Pakistan, India, Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, Vietnam, China, Hong Kong, Japan, South Korea, Russia, Ukraine, Poland, Germany, Italy, Switzerland, Norway, the Netherlands, Spain, Canada, the USA, Colombia, Brazil, and even countries as poor as Chad, Congo, and Mali. Their conviction typically surrounds around drug trafficking, pimping or pandering, 419 fraud, which includes dating scams, credit card fraud, and other fraudulent activities. The world has every reason to scrutinize Nigerians 5 times more, or even ban them altogether. Nigerians give black Africans a bad name. I bet you Namibians, Botswana, Kenyans, Angolans, Senegalese, Burkina Faso, South Sudanese or South Africans commit the least crime of all Africans who live in the West, South America and East Asia. Botswana, Namibians, South Africans and Kenyans don't leave their countries like Nigerians do. When they do so legally, and when they are in your countries, they are 10 times more likely to abide by the law of the land and stay away from crimes. In contrast, Nigerians would fight in public at every opportunity. They have one of the lowest levels of etiquette in the world. 7 out of 10 Nigerians have been involved in public fighting in their lives, as this is our Nigerian way of resolving dispute. Now imagine letting someone who doesn't understand law and order not to litter, not to urinate in public, how to dialogue instead of yelling and using their fists in your country. What do you think will happen? They don't get along with their neighbors or other African countries. How do you think they'll get along with the world's most evolved and developed societies of the West and East Asia? The Nigerian sees the humane laws of your country as a weakness to exploit. As with everything, nothing is 100%. I know this. There are some good Nigerians, but almost every Nigerian is infested with that corrupt mindset. Living in Nigeria, I have tried to find something good to sell to the world, but unfortunately, there are scarce. It is a land absent from progress. The Nigerian system is broken. Nigeria is not even a country. A Hausa person hates the Igbo person to the extent that they can wipe them out. The Igbo hate the Hausa in the same way. The Yoruba have a fundamental hatred for the Igbo that they'll rather die than elect an Igbo person, whilst the Igbo are the world's most arrogant, self-deluding, zero etiquette people of Africa. These 3 major ethnic groups, Hausa, Igbo, and Yoruba, each have over 40 million people, with the Hausa nearing 65 million. Now imagine putting Spain, England, and Poland into one country. Do you know the type of chaos you'd be creating? This is how Nigeria is. The Spanish, English, and Polish are all European, but they cannot function as one country. So too do the Hausa, Yoruba, and Igbo. These people cannot function under one country. When government ministerial positions are declared, they often have to reflect the Hausa, Yoruba, and Igbo shares before the other minority ethnic groups receive their own share. If the sharing favors one ethnic group more than the other, they fight, yell, insult, and complain until the next appointment. The other ethnic group in charge will now retaliate by appointing their own ethnic group. The presidency has to go to that ethnic group, then that one, and this one, and those one. Then when the next one comes, they keep changing. You see, in short, the number of ministerial positions have to reflect the various ethnic groups. This is not a country, but a bunch of tribal, unevolved, mentally unstable, over 200 million stupid people. Why would any country let Nigerians into their country? I'm not sure, but if I were the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, I would impose a total ban on Nigerians. The risk outweighs the benefit. There are 24 million homeless Nigerians, which is almost the same as the rest of sub-Saharan Africa combined. And over 70% of the country's population lives in poverty. That is over 160 million people. The highest in the world when averaged, given that India has over 5 times as many people as Nigeria. They have the largest arable land in Africa, Nigeria, yet most of that is uncultivated. Their weather is characterized by abundant sunshine during the dry season and ample rainfall during the raining season. The north is the savanna, and the middle belt of Nigeria is level with abundant arable land suitable for farming. Still, 56% of Nigeria's 70 to 84 million hectares of arable land remains uncultivated or underutilized. You begin to ask yourself, why are these people hungry? The answer is simple: incompetence and a collective lack of skills to run a country. Nothing in Nigeria is properly managed, from the police to the immigration services, customs to the airport, traffic to the road network, schools to the national grid, and from the people to their own very homes. Nigeria is a chaotic society where people exhibit some of the lowest levels of etiquette and quality known to man. And most of these people are looking for ways to obtain visas to the various developed and semi-developed countries so that they can bring that chaotic upbringing from Nigeria to the world. I have tried to find a better way to euphemize this video. Still, after months of procrastinating, I couldn't find a better way to organize my words, but to say it as it is. If you are a Nigerian watching with the slightest ounce of honesty, you'd agree with me. We have earned the badge of honor of being amongst the worst in the world. Poverty isn't why Nigerians are dishonest, criminal-minded, corrupt, and everything else. Nepal is a poor country. How many Nepalese have you seen committing crimes around the world? Chad, Burkina Faso, Mali, Myanmar, Tajikistan, and South Sudan are poor. You can't see them going around the world committing crimes. Of the world's 195 countries, there is a Nigerian prisoner in 60% of them, the highest of any country on earth. That is not an.
You heard that? The ruling elite adores, rubbished us. Just like the powerful sons of sorrow, Kofi Awano, the powerful Ghanaian poet. So Basilisa has treated me thus. It has led me among the sharps of the forest, where returning is not possible and going forward is a great difficulty. The ruling class, the powerful political elite, you have rubbished us. Listen to this. You cannot push this blame around over 250 million people. No, 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 no. This is not acceptable. You cannot put this blame literally on the bosom of each and every Nigerian or trying to excuse yourself by placing it at the desk of almost everybody, saying majority, all Nigerians, all Nigerians. No, that is not possible. That cannot be. That cannot be. You see, the entirety of this episode is nothing but sensationalism. It looks right, it looks real, but it's entertaining. It's laying credence to certain realities, fine and facts. But it is sensationalism. It is generalization at best, in another sense, hastily. It is some sort of hasty generalization, using a brush to literally paint the whole nation, calling the entirety of 250 million criminally minded people. No, that is not possible. I am not criminally minded, and I know a whole lot of my Nigerian contemporaries, friends, family members here and there in the United Kingdom, in United Arab Emirates, in Canada, in Australia, in United States that are not criminally minded, let alone being criminally convicted. This is not true. Yes, there is corruption. Yes, there is corruption in the land. In the land of Nigeria, that corruption does not live in my heart. It does not live in the heart of very many Nigerians. Take note. No, 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 no. You can't tell me we are all corrupt. Everybody is criminally minded. Everybody. No, 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 no. This is not acceptable. This essay, so much so that the speaker pinpointed on very many realistic or pinpointed on very many positions that we can relate to. It does not mean the majority of Nigerians are going about committing crimes. I don't think so. That is not so. That is not correct. The elites have rubbished us, like I said earlier. My take on this whole matter: people don't elect criminals. We did not elect criminals. Criminals or criminally minded ruling class of looters and thieves have oftentimes figured out, meandered, rigged their ways into power through instrumentalities of force, guns. We did not elect many of these people. Presently, the Nigerian Senate is refusing. Nigerian Senate, under the leadership of Apabio, is refusing to sign into law a situation whereby we can transfer the results of election in real time, where we can transfer that election result through IREF into the central portal. Senate leader, the Senate president, Akpabio, is refusing to pass that law. Why is he doing that? They do not want the elections of Nigerians to count. Goodness. They are cheating on us, and you are still there brandishing, calling us names, saying Nigerians are corrupt. Even when Nigerians are trying their best possible to elect a good leader, they deny us. They deny us. Who are these political leaders? Who are these people that constitute the political leaders? The president, the ruling political party, okay, the legislature, the lawmaking body, beginning from the president of that lawmaking body, the president of the Senate, the speaker of the House of Reps, then coming down to the judiciary head, currently being headed by Madam Kekere Ekun. We have little or no power towards changing things as ordinary Nigerians. It looks like there is a third force that is working against the common interest of innocent Nigerians who are currently being brandished as criminally minded. How sad. How sad. Nigerians don't have corrupt mindset. No, 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 no. Nigerians are rather bedeviled, like I said, with horrible and corrupt leadership since the colonial era, as foisted through amalgamating nations of unlike minds, nations that are not same. One of our old leaders once said, Nigeria is a mere geographical component. So this is where the genesis of Nigeria's problem, this is it. We have together people that are not of same orientation. Currently now, a section of the country in the name of the North, this is not about hating on any part of the country. A section of the country, the North, they want Sharia. Majority of them want Sharia, perhaps in alliance with their Islamic leadership, outside of Nigeria. They want Sharia. And this has been causing a huge trouble of terrorism, banditry, killing innocent people. I don't understand what this speaker means by Yorubas hate Igbos, Igbos hate Hausas. This is balderdash. This is complete rubbish. This is not true. I have got very many fantastic Igbos as friends. I have got fantastic Hausas as friends. Where did you see the idea that Hausas hate Igbos hate Yorubas, perhaps relying on internet, all kinds of faceless people put up all manner of articles, all manner of things. Anyway, that said, Nigerians are more chaotic. You said Nigerians go about different nations. I cannot mention all of the points that you analyzed. I cannot respond to all of them one after the other. Otherwise, we will not live here today. Your video is already lengthy, which is I appreciate the fact that you sat back to look into the problem of Nigeria, but it looks like you did not go into the root. You did not go into the root. Not at all. Your position is not in any way academic. It is not even fitting in the media. It looks more like a sensational reportage. If you ask me, there is no scientific probing into many of your submission. None. I understand and I agree with you to a large extent that yes, the country is in a chaotic position. It does not therefore translate to the fact that every Nigerian is chaotic or majority of Nigerians are chaotic, as you are trying to make it sound like. Saying Nigerians go about all the countries in the world causing troubles, going to prison. I am not in Nigeria currently. By the way, I have not committed a crime in many of these countries. And I know very many of Nigerians who have lived in Australia, who have lived in Canada, who have lived in Britain, who did not commit one single offense. Of course, we got other people who have committed offenses, other Nigerians too, who have committed offenses in many of these countries who are in jail. You cannot say because of them, I am therefore liable or guilty of their offenses. I don't understand. The major problem of Nigeria is the fact that Nigeria is not one as a country. You made mention of it yourself. It is Nigeria operates more like a kind of a situation where you have Belgium, Denmark, Norway, Czech Republic, Slovenia packed together, foisted a particular document on them with all manner of ideological leanings globally. This is why Nigeria has refused to grow or to even function. I will not say beyond that. This is not to say I am excusing many of the inefficiencies and corruptible perspectives and positions that you threw into the argument. I understand and I believe them and I know you are right. But all Nigerians or majority of Nigerians are not criminally minded. This is condemnable. This is not acceptable. That cannot fly. I am not a criminal. I know many Nigerians that are not criminals. Of course, we have Nigerians that are criminals in very many parts of the world. The same way we have very many other nationals who are criminals also in Nigeria, as of course they are in very many other parts of the world. You cannot rubbish the entirety of people's innocence all in the name of corrupt political leadership that exists in their country. If care is not taken, listening to the entirety of this episode, you will nearly believe everything he has said, agreeing to the fact that, oh, yes, this is Nigeria. Going through the comments under where I got this post, I was already seeing very many South Africans, Ghanaians, and other fantastic nationals across, Africa and the world saying, oh, this is why we say Nigerians are nobody in our country. No, you are just succumbing to the jugular of the arguments that this presenter had said. That is not true. And this is the reason I am making this video to debunk largely the submission or the summation of this speaker's position. Of course, with the fact that there is corruption in the political system of the country, and with the government in power always trying to bribe their way, always trying to bribe the citizenry, always trying to bribe their policy through, a culture of corruption has inadvertently been orchestrated over the years, no doubt. But that is not to say that Nigerians, all Nigerians, or majority of Nigerians, as the speaker is trying to paint the picture, are criminally minded. Majority of Nigerians cannot be criminally minded. Only a very few fragmented proportion of Nigerians can be criminally minded, not the majority, as we are making it to look like. No, no, no. No, Nigerians are friendly people. Nigerians are great people. Nigerians are helpful, helping, compassionate human beings, honestly speaking. Of course, the fact that we are not, Nigeria is a country where they have brought all kinds of people that are not like minds. We don't speak same, many of us, we don't speak same culture, same language, we don't have same culture, we don't have same religion, most especially. So the country appears divisive. And there was a time, Gaddafi of Libya, of blessed memory, may God rest his soul, once said this country should better divide along the line of religion. They said no, he was saying rubbish. That statement was made some 15 years ago. Today, we can see it clearly. Now we are seeing a part of the country trying to foist its religious ideology on other parts of the country. So if the country cannot exist together in a peaceful manner, Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, kindly split us in peace. Today they got divided. Very many countries have gone their separate ways in Europe here, and they are all having peace. Why are we forcing an existence from where it does not belong? Yes, we have generator noises all over. We have very many people who are corrupt. Pastors are corrupt. Many of them are corrupt, to be honest with you. Many Islamic clerics are corrupt. But I don't agree that many doctors are corrupt. Many doctors would argue with you that they are not corrupt. Many public officials are corrupt. Yes. Many police officers are corrupt. Yes. But not many nurses would you convict that they are corrupt. Not many teachers would you say they are corrupt. Not many soldiers would you say they are corrupt. Many of certain high-ranking officers might be corrupt, but there are very many of other innocent ones that are dying daily, fighting for the cause and integrity, territorial integrity of their country. They can't be. Everybody cannot be corrupt. Nigerians cannot be criminally minded as we are making it to look like. Thank you.